hope. Yeah, okay. It's working. Alrighty. Let's pop out chat. And I think I remember doing something. Alright, that's what I forgot before. I was trying to remember something that I had to do. And I remember now. Okay, let me pop out the chat. Okay, that's there. I believe I'm right here. Live chat. And let's just write add followers here just because. Live readings. Live readings. I can set it. Okay. Yeah. Okay. We got that. And then we'll get TikTok now. And I'm live. No sound. Well, it is sound. TikTok. You do have sound. I see it going. Just so I wasn't talking. So there we go. All right. So we're gonna pause this here and make sure I'm paused here. So I'm not causing. Okay. There we go. Hello. So as people wander in, I think we'll have the music playing here. Some music. And we will turn this down. All right. So if the music's too loud, let me know. I might be too loud. Don't want it too loud. That might be too cool. Okay, I'll turn up a little bit. I think right about there. Is that too loud? Everybody hear it okay? All right. You can always let me know in the comments or what is going on. Oh, wrong one. Where is my YouTube? Hi, Maddie. How you doing? There we You doing good? Just letting people wander in. And then, oh, it's still doing that one. Okay. Well, we're not doing pendulum today. I don't know if it did a a thing like that. I mean, I could get it out, but I'm doing pretty good. Can't complain. If you don't mind sharing the live and doing whatever, but that would be nice. I'm gonna figure out what I can do here. I'm just got this. I got an opening. Hi, Muse. Thank you very much, Maddie. Oh, I was gonna get my cards. Oh, that's one thing I'm missing. I was like, what am I missing? I'll get my cards quick. It's on the other side here. I knocked over that. Knocked it over. All right. Some cards. Just a few cards. Okay. For now. All right. That's good. Alrighty. Oh, thank you for sharing the live. Thank you. Okay. Maddie, would you like a reading? We'll go into the Sunday. So what I'm going to do now from now on here is I am going to, instead of having a list, I'm just going to go into the chat and pick from chat. That way it's a little bit more less rudimentary, and I feel like I have this list, and yeah, so and plus just more spirit led. So we're going to start doing it that way. And that way if people come in later, they're not being turned away, because I feel like it'll just be more of a flow. I'm not repeating the list all the time, and it just becomes a thing. So that's what we're going to start doing from now on. I hopefully, it'll be a process. So welcome in. We're going to take a deep breath with me. And this week in Wonderland, we're going to step into softer shadows. We're going to the places where memory, emotion, and healing all breed together. So you're safe here. Your heart is safe here. And your loved ones gather close when we do. So if you'd like, please put a hand on your chest, on your heart there, and simply soften your shoulders. And let today be a small sanctuary, a place where you don't have to carry anything alone. And as we open the circle, may Spirit guide what's ready to be seen. What the heck? Oh, sorry, something. All right, I don't know. I had some weird thing. And may healing rise where it's needed. And may every message land gently in the place it belongs. Wander in, you're exactly on time. Okay. I had some weird thing that TikTok's like, I had some unoriginal content, which is weird because this is all my content, so I don't know. Spirit led sounds good. Yeah, I think it's best instead of worrying about going on this list and then I'm like reading this huge list through, and then it becomes that I'm on too long, and then I get pretty. I've been getting kind of spending 3 hours on a live is a long time. So as much as I enjoy it at the time, and after I'm like, oh, I'm tired. It's like I'm just in a trance the whole time. So I did have this healing kind of invocation or a prayer, you know, type thing. And it's just a message that I wrote down, and I'll say it before we step in these messages. It's just let's just call a little softness into the room, and may the shadows loosen, may the heaviness lift, may the parts of you that feel unseen be witnessed with care, and may the love that never dies move through every connection tonight, reminding you that healing is not a destination but a remembering. We open the way now, gently, clearly, and with gratitude. MK Ultra. What the heck is this person saying? You can only stay till... Oh, hubby coming home. That's good. I don't know what this person... what that person is trying to indicate, but that's interesting. Oh, Michael Jackson. Okay, well... That's not what this is here, so. Okay, whatever. All right, Leah and everyone. So I said to Maddie I would read her first. She was here, and then we'll go on and welcome, and we'll see what all comes. I was like, MK. Who's MK? I'm like, oh yeah, Michael Jackson. All right. Let's see. Maddie. Well, it's exciting, Yvonne. Your husband's coming home. Gotta do that. Okay, we're gonna. Hold on, I gotta. How do I block? All right, I don't know who you are, but this person's like writing weird stuff, so we're just gonna put them on a timeout. Sorry about that. Okay. Hi, Sharon. How you doing? Okay, here we go. Maddie. Thank you for sharing live. And anybody who wants to share, I really appreciate it. Gets the message out. Gratitude. Well, that's why I said thank you to Maddie. Like, showing gratitude, I guess. Okay. And then, let's see. I think also you feel gratitude to others lately. Just things that people have been doing around you, Maddie, have been like hitting your heart, like not feeling. I feel like you're kind of almost tearing up sometimes. Lovely to see you too, Sharon. Just being around people and their energy. I feel like you're feeling like you're just feeling more connected to who they are. Hi, Julia. I just feel like you've been on I saw the rocks on the path there, just a bumpy path. It feels like it's getting better, but I feel like there's also just it's been hard. You know, it's just been some bumps. It hasn't been like as much of a hill as, but just some bumps in the road that you are like going over. Yeah. But I feel like you are like, you are seeing yourself being able to, like, maneuver over them. I was gonna say pretty easily. That's what I feel like. It's been, oh, I think it's because you are very, you are very, it says love, heart-led, with your heart. Let me see if I can change this here. Oh, here we go. Okay, maybe that's what it is. Okay. I had to change the autofocus because it wasn't. So there, yeah, you've been heart-led. But lead with your intuition too, which is good, because that's why you're able to, like, kind of, the more you do that, the easier you'll notice, the easier it is to get over those bumps that you've been feeling. And not to concentrate on what is causing you to be away from, when you do find yourself stumbling and having, try not to concentrate on it so much, and to try to draw your attention to something else that is more positive, I guess. It's not like to deny it, but also to but centering on the negative of it can cause you to get down in the depths of it, I think, more so. And I feel like it's just diverting your attention, like you would have, like a child when they're, like, wanting to touch something, right? You just, like, instead of just saying, no, don't do that, and you got to give your attention, you got to give yourself something else to bring yourself away from that, instead of concentrating on just the negative of like, I shouldn't do that, but give your mind something else to, like, gravitate to instead, about the situation, to make you understand that it's not, as, like, yeah. And I feel like you have been doing that. That's why you're able to pull yourself up and just stumble more on the rocks rather than, like, totally fall down. That's what I'm feeling. And I feel like there is a lot of I feel like there is a lot of intuition and help from spirit that you've been having. I feel like a mother in spirit, more so like a grandmother type feel for you, Maddie. More than I mean, she feels like she's very motherly, but also it's more of a grandma. Just because I feel like for her, it was, sort of like the idea of the mother, when you say it for you, is like they're also involved. There's also something that your mother needs from you, where for your grandmother, you never felt that way. You always felt like she was there more so to just, instead of listening to her too, it's like you felt like she was just more involved in listening to you. That's what I'm feeling from this woman. So yeah, and I feel like just grounding yourself and purifying the energy around you, not letting people, when you feel like there's energy coming towards you that isn't yours to feel, know it's theirs, and try to just kind of realign your chakras and make sure that whatever energy doesn't permeate to like those areas. Sometimes it's meant for your higher good. You're supposed to feel those extra tinges of like triggers, it's supposed to trigger something in you to heal. But I think lately it's been more of you just being sensitive to other people's feelings and not And it's not really meant for you sometimes, you know. It's like sometimes people bring stuff up and it's not really meant. You're like, where's this coming from? I didn't, you know, didn't mean it that way, but really it wasn't you for you to learn from. It's from that for them. So and then these drops, so I'll just give to you. Flow and faith. And I feel like it's just to have faith in yourself and allow things just to flow naturally, and which I feel like you are doing. I hope that resonates, Maddie, but I feel like that the woman in spirit, the grandmother, is just very much just, I feel like it's just more of a, her being, coming in during the reading is more so just showing that she's just been there for, as a hug and support, and just been there to like kind of hold you in sometimes when you've been feeling down. So, I just feel like she's listening. You're welcome, Maddie. Thank you for coming. Okay. Yeah, what's happening now, Julia, is we're gonna just have no list, and that way I don't feel like drawn to a list like all the time. So I'm gonna just like go as spirit led. So we're gonna just look at the list, and whoever's here after I'm done doing a reading, which I should have put up. I was gonna put up this thing saying I'm in a reading, so you can chat freely as I'm reading, but and I'll look at the chat later. It's not a big deal, but what I can do is then pick when I'm done reading. I thought that would be a good way to kind of flow, instead of like telling people when they're on the list and stuff like that. And that otherwise everybody's like, when am I on the list? And it becomes a thing, right? And then I'm like repeating that, and yeah, so that would be better. All right. So Leah had a reading last week, and or last Thursday, and after, when I was on Prism of Light, and after I read you, Leah, if you're still here, I felt, yeah, spirit led is fun, yeah. I felt very like there was something that came to me, but I can't remember it now. But I should have wrote it down, because it's like, you know, sometimes it just happens. If I just sit for a second, maybe I can not, you know. So I wanted to go to you, because I remembered that, and I wanted to, it wasn't like I'm trying to just not allow myself to like think about it, but you know how to try to bring my logical mind to it, but let me just take a second. It was when I was just doing something and I wasn't even thinking about the live, and all of a sudden it's like he I feel like it was your dad just popped in, or spirit. I feel like, okay, it was my guides popping in saying, they said something about just feeling your own, being able to feel, they were talking about being able to feel your own emotions. There's a lot of emotions about what had happened with your dad, and I feel like there's this, what they said was just feeling your own emotions about it, and it's okay to feel upset or whatever, you know, like different, it's okay to feel the variety of emotions when you are when you I feel like when you get the reading too, like, you know, there is a variety of emotions of, you know, like how he was when he was there and in regular in life, and then when he now in spirit. And I feel like it's just that variety. And so there's no right or wrong way to feel, and that's what they wanted to say, I guess. Well, I know. And it's trying to like validate you and how your, not your role, but your whole, like, well, yeah, I guess your whole like place in this. And it's wanting you to know that feeling all that is good. And then to allow it to just drift away like you blow on a mirror, those weeds that have the spots. You blow them to make a wish. It's like watching that just float away and allowing it to just be put, you know, and as that happens, it kind of comes out of yourself. And I just, that heaviness, you know, it'll just kind of float away more. It's, yeah, that's what you're welcome. And yeah, and safety. Oh, and then they just said safety for you. I feel like just, I like how there's, in this they have the foxes and the lambs and the child. So you have the innocence, you have the predator, and all the people that, you know, you would think foxes and lambs or sheep wouldn't be together. But I feel like it's just safety, knowing that, you know, having all those different parts of your emotions that go into, I mean, I think that's for anybody with death, or, you know, be it sudden, or, you know, there's a different gamuts, obviously, but just knowing that, you know, that all those emotions do belong, are part of you, and, you know, it's part of the process. So and I know it's yeah, it's hard to do. Yeah, it's just the feeling of it, and allowing yourself the space to have the anger and all this and that. It's okay, you know, not to go depth inside of it and allow yourself to be overtaken by it, you know. I'm not saying you have anger, but, you know, just different feelings that normally we would feel guilty having. Yeah. But there's always, you know, at the end of the root cause is love that we have for each other. And the reason why we feel so deeply is because we love each other, and have the compassion. And okay, bye, Yvonne. Oh, he lost his phone. Yeah, it just takes time. But I think, yeah, grieving takes time. Okay. I'm sure, I hope I got all that right, because otherwise I'm going to get it again later. But I hope. Come back to me. I hope that resonated. Yeah, but Julia's laughing at me. Good Sunday, everyone. Okay, so, oh, hi, Sophie and Sharon. Let's see. Let's go to, we're gonna go back and forth. I think that's the best. Right? I'm doing good. I think everybody's doing good. Julie, you want a reading? I'll give you a reading on the TikToks. Yes, you can ask a question if you want, user. If it's to get if it's just a short, if it's not a reading question, if it's a reading question, I'm gonna read Julia first. But if you have a reading question, just put it on the chat. It's fine. Oh, we're getting a lot of these today, aren't we? Okay, this is fun. We're getting them on everywhere. Okay. Getting them on YouTube. I'm getting them on TikTok. Huh. Okay, user. I'll do that. So Nico just comes on. All right. That was. They are everywhere. Yeah. Well, they make things interesting. They keep me on my toes. They get home from church and they're like, we must tell everyone. Okay. I don't mind church. I really do not. No, everything's completely open. Not restricted. I guess. I mean, ask your question if you want, but I'm not going to give medical advice, I guess, or lawyer, I shouldn't give lawyer advice. I'll give you, how the situation is, but, the normal thing. I can't. All right, Julia, I'm sorry. I started it's not your fault. I thought I'd answer that quick. Oh, okay. Thank you, Leah. I'm glad that helped. That was funny. Okay. I pulled it. No, I didn't pull it. Oh, have you been having... Well, it says nightmare. Come on. It says bad dreams, psychic protection, shield, bad dreams. I don't know. Have you been, I think it's more of just putting the psychic protection around yourself. Have you felt like you more so there's people having well, the crisscross pattern, like people cross on here, just people crossing your path. Crisscross made me think of just people crossing your path that you're like, maybe I should put up my guard a little bit. Not as much like a psychic protection, but like you just like normally you're like kind of open and not withholding things, but for some people, I feel like it's not like a bunch of people have, it's just like one person. You just feel like maybe I should just not reveal too much until I really understand who this person is, or like you're having like you're wanting to keep them at arm's length just because for no real just intuition wise. I don't think they've done anything as much, just you have this feeling, yeah, just in case. Okay, because that's what I'm feeling, like just in case. Yeah. I feel like it's one of those people that are just sort of like, all of a sudden they're all like feel like they've been your best friend forever. And then they just seem like a little bit too, not like friendly's a bad thing. I guess just like all of a sudden they're just there and they're just like a little bit more involved in your space, I guess. I just feel that. Oh, my TikTok's not showing up on there. Can't see it. I guess it's not. Oh, TikTok hiding. Hold on. There we go. It's not revealing. Yeah. So I think it's also just a from what I'm getting from spirit is that this case you are following your intuition, and then there's times like in the past where you're kind of thought, well, am I just reacting because I feel like there was things that have happened in your past where you felt like you couldn't trust certain people. They got, so then now, but they're saying this person, or what you're feeling just recently is your intuition. I feel like it can be confusing to see like which one it is. And I just want you to know that you know, you're like figuring it out, the energy of it more. So that's why I feel like they're but I feel like it's more of because I feel like it's because of just people in your life in the past. I feel like your grandpa. I feel like your grandpa for some reason. Even you know, for somebody in spirit, I feel like even a friend that you've had feels like a lover that was a past lover that used to be like, you know, used to be friends with, also, you know, very close, that kind of caused you to just, they kind of did the passive aggressive type thing, and it just kind of really made you like kind of make sure that, but there, you don't do that with everybody, but when you're sometimes you like, now you're like, am I just thinking that because of past wounds, or is this, but they're saying you're not, this is true. So yeah, it's a process. Yeah. And it's good to put up those guards, even for the safety of your own heart. Sometimes, you know, it's not, as long as, you know, it's not hurting them, but, you know, it's good to be aware. You're aware of it, and that's the best thing. Yeah, and that's the thing. They say witness, to know personal evidence, to speak out, and I feel like it's, yeah, that's what you're doing to yourself, and I feel like also you're witnessing inside yourself the awareness of that. So I wanted to see that card again. I love that card because it just made me think of it was just the way the picture was of her. It's just, this is the vampire. Yeah, this is the vampire deck. But just the way her face is, just like, just watching, you know, like, you know, but also the flame in her eyes, the fire in her soul, and the whole root chakra thing. I feel like it's, you know, it's hitting those parts of you that you know, is good that you're feeling, and it's a process. So but I don't feel like you're one to judge somebody right away. It's just more so of holding your own space and making sure that you're protected. And I feel like sometimes that can be done because you're just feeling like it's, well, it's intuition. So there you go, Julia. Thank you. Hi, Ashley. How you doing? I'm doing good. Grand Rising, yes. You're welcome, Julia. You know, Julia, that's another thing. So I was sitting somewhere and I was looking at my cat, and I don't know why. It just, like, I was thinking about a reading, your reading one time, and I was thinking, I was like, oh, I should ask Julia how she's doing with her work, right? And then I was thinking, you know, before the readings that, you know, before I had learned that what you were asking about, or before I learned what you actually did, you know, you do Etsy and you do readings on Etsy, I was like talking about packaging it differently. And then, oh, I know why I thought of this, because I was like sitting and I was looking at that I know this is ADHD mind. I'm sorry. So it's important. So I was looking at the Mystic Madness Tarot. They have like a sale going on, whatever. Then I was looking and they had these ritual like type boxes. And I was thinking to myself, I wonder if it would be a good idea for Julia to also like have like, like a, because when I was talking about it, it was in like one of those satchel bags. And I was thinking, you got to package it differently. Like, would you make something like of a, like, I'm not saying a ritual thing, but kind of, and then it would be kind of like heighten whatever readings you would do for those people. Or that would also, if you have like a physical product, it might bring them to your site to see, and they'd be like, I also do readings. Huh? You know what I mean? And I guess that's what I was thinking anyway. I don't know. It's not like I'm thinking about my readings. I was just sitting in the living room doing anyway. So that's what I was, it just like came like that. So there you go, Julia. I don't know if that helps or not, but there you go. Happy to see you too, Ashley. So yeah, it's like packaging something. So then it's physical. Somebody still comes to you and then I don't know if you do that already, but anyway. It's an idea. You're welcome. As you're still giving out physical, readings, but yeah. There you go. Okay. Okay, user. I'm gonna go to the other, I just did TikTok, so I'm gonna go we're gonna go back and forth here. So if anybody's on the other platforms, I think they might not be. Maybe they are. I don't know. It's still working. I did fix a bunch. Oh yeah, Sophie asked a question. Sophie, if you're here, I can, or Sharon. I know Sophie or Sharon. Otherwise, I'll just go to user. I think they might have left. Okay. They pop in and out. All right, user, you said, did you have a question, user? Oh, Sophie's there. Okay. Sophie said she's here. All right. Yeah, I couldn't tell if you. Okay. Let me see. I think it just was. Okay. It could be anything you want, user. You think about it, and I'll go to Sophie, and then I'll go to you after, okay? All right, so Sophie, do spirit feel there's any benefit in attempting to discuss current will issues directly with siblings despite their 15-year estrangement, or follow the legal route, submit the caveat to black, probate till we talk in front of a legal mediator or judge? It's like the first thing that came was just follow your heart. All elements is here, yeah. It's following your heart with it. I'm feeling that it's just to this. It depends on what path you want to go. Some people are rocks. and they will not budge. And no matter how much you are in your heart space, they just have this outer shell around them. And what they're making me, that's what they're showing me, is this rock. And I feel like there's something about not being able to permeate that. There's things that they gotta soften, things that happen to them will eventually soften it, but it's like your heart space and your love is not, it's got to take something physical to break it down, to the point where it gets to that inner essence of themselves, It's like they have to go through their own ego death to actually feel what is happening, because they're just not going to feel, they're only going to feel what they think is correct. So knowing that, what they're saying is it's up to you what you feel. Knowing that, it's up to you, because you got to know that whatever you go up to them with, if you go to the personal route, it's not going to be felt. You're not going to get that validation as much. The thing is, you're not going to, and there's not going to be validation. It's more felt within you. Whatever you feel will bring you more. Because whatever you do, if you're trying to get validation and understanding from the outside of yourself, it's not going to be enough. I don't think it's the whole thing is to feel the that you have done it, and that the value is within you more so than trying to obtain it from someone else. So like even going to the will thing, it's like whatever you feel inside yourself is enough to put that you feel like you've done it right for yourself and what you feel is correct. So his sibling name translate as rock. Okay, well, that's interesting. Okay, so I feel like it's just but yeah, I do feel like the legal way is the best way. I think it's just not, there's no, it's like he's just gonna be like, oh, what was me? Why are you coming at, and shift the blame back at you, right? It's always, it's a denial, and it's just gonna bounce right off. So yeah. You're welcome, Sophie. Thank you for coming. Oh, thanks, Julia. Thanks for saying. Hi, JD. How you doing? Yeah, we don't want to go too specific with that. Thank you for liking the live. Thanks for following, guys. I'm doing good. Instead, I would go to user. So if you have something. Oh, thank you guys for the hearts and everything. Okay, so user says, I'm still there. Can I? Okay, it's very interesting for me. Okay, no problem. Oh, thanks, Julia. That's nice of you. I'm doing very well. Yeah, it was perfectly great. I thank you. I mean, thank you for helping. Let's see. So user, if you want one, and then I think P Diddy joined. That's what it says on TikTok right now. P Diddy joined. Okay. Yes, all their blame is projected onto me currently. So accurate. Yeah. That's yeah. Bless you too, Sophie. Thank you. All right, I think user is still... Are you still trying to figure out a question? Or I could just give you a general if you're here. Just let me know you're here. I think I can check. I always wonder. I always just see top viewers, but I don't understand how you can check. It's like, always like, who is here? Okay. It's Tony live info. I don't know. Oh, okay. Okay, you're talking to someone and we're wondering what our future will look like. Okay, what your future looks like. Or general. Okay. Well, I have this fairy tale oracle that I grabbed, so I'm going to do that. Oh, and I dropped a card. Okay, that's interesting. So, Cinderella, I mean, I feel like, you know, we always have this idea of love, and it makes me want to cry because you think of like how love should be and how like your relationship should be, and you see like, well, Cinderella, you know, Snow White and getting swept off your feet and all this and that, you know, and it's that's a piece of it. It's just a part, and I think we glom onto that idea of it, and it's like, not everyone loves the same or is gonna have your same love language, right? So it's just being kind, not just to yourself, but to them as well, and understanding like if you have an expectation and they don't meet it, it's not because they don't love you, it's because that's not always the reason, right? It could just be that's not how they show their love, you know. Going into that, I feel like it's just more of just mentioning that, so when you're looking into the future, there is a, it's not like you're trying to change someone, but there is a growing of each other and learning each other's love language, and meeting them, you know, and not trying to change the other person to, but at the same time knowing what that other you know, holding certain things for each other. So yeah, what's up? And then there was also I do feel a very kind and very like tender love between the two of you, and I feel like it's something different than you felt before. As I was saying that, but I do feel like when I say it before, but I do feel like this has happened in the past. Like you do feel a really close connection with this person, and I feel like there's a really, when I go like this, I feel like there's an older, like way in the past, like kind of like feeling of how you felt about somebody, and I feel like your heart got tore, you know, and you're now feeling that now again, and you're kind of like going back, like, is this going to happen again? And I feel like just it is just know that this isn't the same person, you know, this is a different person. I feel like it is more of a, like a tingly feeling, like a soul connection more so. You can have soulmates everywhere, so, and you can have more than one, so I'm not, but I feel like it's more of a feeling of you feel seen by this person, and I do feel that what they're saying is your heart can be held by this person, and you and just if you look to the, it's a lot to keep on looking forward. Just stay present with what you have and enjoy it. It's a lot of the I feel like there's sometimes they say, sometimes they don't, but I feel like for this, it's more of reason why they don't want to say is because it's like, just enjoy it. I feel like you look into the future too much and worry about like, well, like trying to plan things, and they're trying to get that lesson of not doing that as much. And they want you to just enjoy this time together. If that, and you know, without them even saying how you feel about this person. So, and how you know, it's not if they feel the same way, or it's, you know, in your heart that, you know, how this relationship is going. And I feel like you do feel like it is going to be the way forever. Not forever, but like, you know, in the future, it's going to take long. It's going to be a long-term relationship. I just have a feeling there is more of a, like a push on your back of wanting to stay in it too, because you're like, you know, will I find somebody better? But I also do feel like you do feel like this is the best person for you. I'm not sure if this resonates, but I feel like when you are thinking of that, it's just more of a worry that you're going to miss out on something else. But at the same time, I feel like you do feel like this person is meant to hold your heart. Oh, you're welcome, user. So, and then this was just the tinderbox soldier. So, I just see the green in the heart chakra. I feel like you are just have your heart open, and I'm sure, you know, it'll all work out. But I think there's things that obviously we all have, you know, that we wish we could have. Not everybody's perfect. That's why we're here. You're welcome, user. Thank you for joining. Hi, Dandica. What'd Sophie say? Oh yeah, you do, Sophie. Yeah, you do it. You do that. Well, we'll have to see. I'm trying not to do it too long of a live. So, but I'm on again on Tuesday at 5 o'clock. So if I don't get to you for that, we'll do a different time. All right. So let's see. Oh, sorry to hear that. Your husband Jesse died recently? Your husband Jesse died. Will Jesse send me signs? Does he still want me to be his wife? Okay. Well, I mean, this isn't from spirit, but you're always his wife, right? I mean, like, this is, hi, Holly. No problem, Sophie. You're always he'll always be your husband in your heart, right? No matter if you have another husband. I'm sorry he passed away. It's sad. Let's see. I can do a card for you. I don't know your name, but that's okay. You miss him terribly. Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah. Opal. Okay. He called you. Oh. Well, I feel like it's like, you know, like, I feel like the word, I don't know if he called you darling or love, but it's like, darling, you're always in my heart. It's like you guys you each have each other's hearts, but there's like, it's knowing that there is still life to live and you should still feel love. You're always going to have love for your husband, Jesse, and he's always going to be your husband, but there's knowing that love is endless. There's not just a limit to love. It's not just, I mean, we say you're in our heart, but Spirit is letting you know love is vast and huge, and you could love, you know, and there's always going to be a certain part of you that's going to like hold that love for Jesse in a different way than you will another person. And that's not saying you value Jesse or the other man any differently. It's just knowing that, you know, there's always that feeling of that part of you so something about being that part of you being held, and, you know, sorry, my husband just walked out the door and it made a noise and it just totally like walked me out of my life, out of what I was saying. So it's okay. Let me take a drink here. My throat. Did he, I don't want you to have, and I feel like he's just like wanting, I don't want to go through what had happened, but I just want to make sure I'm connecting with him, Opal. Did he like, kind of collapse? Like kind of like, and like fall down? Like kind of like just, not like he tripped over something, but more of just like kind of, it was like a sudden thing. Like he kind of just collapsed. Yeah. I wonder if I feel like he is around you. Have you been like reading, or having it's like he's showing me with you with a light, like on a desk or like on a table next to you. Yeah, he collapsed. Yeah. That's what I felt like. Yeah. I feel like it was almost like you almost tried to like kind of catch him. Or like was like, you know what I mean? That's what I'm feeling. I got goosey bumps. Which means he's close. But I just feel like do you have like a lamp, like a light that you like sit by and do something by? I'm trying to see. He's like, he's showing me you doing something. It's like, and I feel like he's over your shoulder. I feel like you don't have a lot of, it's like you don't, it's like darker around. I don't know if he's just showing like a lamp around you, but I feel like he's over your shoulder a lot and just kind of just, I feel like you know when he's there, because you do feel more, if you're not busy doing something, you do feel more emotional. And so this lamp, I feel like it would be on a desk or on next to the couch or something. It's like a side lamp, you know? I don't feel like it's a huge floor lamp, but I feel like he's there when you're doing stuff like that. And like you're reading, I don't know what you're doing, but he's just showing me that you're sitting there and he's like behind you. I feel like more on your left-hand side. And there's a bracelet you wear. I feel like it has red in it. Or he's showing me red. It's like maybe you got it for Valentine's Day. That's why he's showing me red. And Oh, okay. Yeah, a martini. Okay. That's probably what it is. Yeah, it's like one of those. Yeah, okay. Makes sense. No red bracelet. Did you get one for? Well, I know we get, husbands give presents for Valentine's Day, but I feel like you're showing me red because of Valentine's. Like, did he give you a bracelet? I don't know why. It's like he was showing me red. Like it was like a red beaded, or had like, but maybe it was because of like when it was given. But I feel like you wear a bracelet. I feel like he felt like his heart was going a little bit before that. Oh, okay. Well, that's what he's saying. Then it's just something around you. Okay. Yeah, I took it from like it was from him, but is it to help with, but is it to help with the loss of him? Like it's like a crystal one? Because maybe that's why he's saying it. That's why I attributed it to him. I think he's just saying like, it's just giving evidence around you. Opal. Oh, it was a gift before he passed. Okay. Well, he's just, I guess it's just evidence around you then. I was bringing my logical mind into that. I never pulled your card. So, I feel like he really made sure that you were taken care of. And you do feel like that he still did after death, and that made you cry even more about all the things that he had planned, even though he didn't know that was going to happen. And, like he had planned, things that he had, set in motion that not like he meant to because he knew he was going to pass, but and I feel like you just threw like your house. Yeah. And I feel like it's yeah, he did. So I'm feeling that with just things that he made it. I feel like you needed that a lot though. You needed to feel that you were worthy of that, and he wants you to know that even though he's not there to physically love you like that anymore, you do deserve that. So when you say, my husband, is he wanting me to be still his wife? Of course, but there is that wanting you to still feel love like he gave you, even though it can't be physically from him anymore. He still does emotionally, he still loves you that way. But you, as someone who lives on this earth and needs, and not in the spiritual plane like he does, you have to now, understand that it's okay. I mean, it all takes time, obviously, but, and the grief is not going to just end. It's going to come and go in waves, and it's going to, when you finally, I say finally, because my dad passed away. So when you think, oh yeah, I've got a handle of this, right? And then an anniversary comes up, right? So yeah. Oh, you worked on a boathouse together. Yeah. So yeah. So I feel like it's just knowing that you are still carrying him inside you and that memory, and he's still beside you, walking with you, even though it's silently. There is that knowing that love is still there. And it never dies, but it's just knowing that you're just now, it's like you said, you can't kiss and hug him, and it hurts, and that's where that grief comes in, because you can't physically, Yeah, you just want a part of him. Yeah, I understand. Yeah. And it's like, it's he's like, it's saying it's something that you just don't think of until it's too late sometimes. And you know, he wouldn't have wanted to change their I think it was the whole dynamic of the way you guys loved each other and how your life was, that you just didn't think past that. And it can be regrettable, and that's okay to feel it, but not to feel, you know, he's like, you know, I'm just happy. I feel like he just really loved you so much as well, that he just loved having a lot of your attention. So, I don't know. But, that's what this was. A card. I don't know why that, but relinquish control. I simply let loose and allow myself to be more childlike. I think it's just allowing yourself the freedom to I don't know, it's not to do with your husband. I think they're trying to, but I think it's or your ex, you know, your husband that's passed. But I think it's more of just breaking through your routine. Allow yourself to like just not be so rigid, so that, you know, you're able to feel the, you know, let things flow more like a child would. But oh, he wanted to be a kid when he knew it. Oh, okay. When I didn't have a childhood. Yeah. And I feel like it's through this love that you had. It's like seeing that light. I'm sorry. Seeing that light that you had with him. You know, that light that he was, you know, you could see past, you know, he kind of lit up the darkness, which is hard because he passed. So, oh, that's nice. Yeah, my dad's name was Jesse, so, he rode motorcycles too, so, it's just that he was the light, your Jesse was the light of your life. And I think it's knowing that even though he's gone, he just brought the light that already was inside of you out. That was already there. If it wasn't there, it wouldn't have been able to come out. So it was through him and his love that it brought out the light that you already had, that was dimmed in your childhood. So to understand that light that you are now projecting onto him and how he loved you did help bring that out, but really it was you. So, 2, 3, 4 o'clock. Yeah. So I want you to know that. Well, he wants you to know that. I think it's more of your guides at that point with that message, but, he was just in awe of you and your strength and your courage and your, and he loved your smile, or he loves your smile, and your presence is your power. So, well, Opal, you can do meditations, and they can bring you can bring him. Oh, he loves this. Yeah. I feel like theirs was a magnetism to you guys that it could just be you guys, and then the world could just disappear, and it just because your love was very strong. But it's not saying that can't happen again. And to feel that it's okay that it can happen again. So, But it's all in good time. I mean, like, you're gonna, you know, he just doesn't want you to feel like you should be. Oh, twin flames, yeah. Both born on June 6th. Wow, that's amazing. Well, never forget each other's birthday, that's for sure. Let's see if he has a gift from Spirit here. Well, he's showing me a single daisy, and he's like, I feel like it's more of like you're the, you know, like it's a wildflower, and it's just, to me, I feel like there's something about the word wild that he used to like say to you, like, you're my wild, like a wild child, or, you know, like, but I feel like you're just a wildflower that can grow and storm anything. So, and that's you. And so it's not like there's a sadness that he left, but by him, because he never really wanted to, well, he didn't want to leave. But, oh, he's on your birthday. Oh, okay. Yeah, just show me one daisy. Yeah. Well, it was his present. Yeah. Okay. Well, he's giving it to you again. I guess it's because you brought up your birthday. I don't know. But yeah. Okay. Thank you, Opal, for coming. I appreciate it. Oh, that's so sweet. Yeah. Put it back in your waistband and keep it safe. Well, I think you're welcome. I feel like he just feels like you deserve given a flower each day. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so even if you go to the store or you see one, make sure you pick some up, because he can't physically give them to you anymore. But just know, when you do see them and you do pick them or something, you can bring that to that, know that it's him. Oh, you work it as a flower girl? Okay. Yeah, he's like, you deserve flowers every day, so okay. Well, you just know that when you have them, they're from him. They're like kisses from him, from heaven, you know? That's what I feel like. All right, thank you, Opal, for coming. I'm sorry for your loss. It's hard, because to love someone so unconditionally and then lose them is, I know how that feels. So. All right, I'm sorry. All right. Thank you for coming. Sometimes I just get too close, but it's good, because then, well, brings up stuff. Like you know, you have to get close to feel what they want to tell you sometime, you know, a lot of the times. Thank you, JD. I'm okay. It's just, well, yeah. I'm trying not to think of my dad, because, yeah, as I know that love, so, yeah. Yeah. Oh, when you're sitting, I definitely saw him standing over her, guiding and inspiring. Yeah. Yeah. So true. All right. What do we got? JD, do you want to get a reading here, hon? Let me just take some Mountain Dew here. Sure, let me get my glasses cleaned here. Get all this so I can see. Okay. Okay. Career future advice. So, no problem. Yeah, they're expressed. Very true. Sophie. Okay. Oh, and then on YouTube, I'm just saying, as oh, wow, okay, that was interesting. All the elements, if you're still here, I'll give you a reading after JD. If you heard that, because I was away from the microphone, but after JD, if you're here, all the elements. Okay, because I felt drawn to that too. YouTube before that. Okay. Career future advice. Yes. Let's do this. I have all my cards now. Anytime JD comes on, I think of the time I put on my live just to check it, and I'm like, I'll give you a reading, JD. That was funny. She's like, she came on, and I'm like, oh, JD. All right. Okay, well, career future. It was funny. Yeah, it was awesome. I thought it was so great. I was like, oh, I'll give you ratings since you're. All right, abundance and prosperity. For you, JD. I think it's just for that, I feel like it's more of just feeling like you're even no matter what happens in the future, you do feel like there's an abundance of, well, love and also gratitude for whatever does come. And that's what they're saying here. I feel like just before the reading, they're highlighting you as a person and how you look at things. You always do feel grateful and that, and I feel like it's more of because, there were times where, that were tough, and it just, you're able to now, even through those, see, obviously there's times when you couldn't, but, now it's more of the abundance of seeing how much you really do have, not on the outside as much, but inside of qualities and stuff like that. On the yeah. Okay, and then it says activate the sisterhood, but I feel like that's more of like for your career, like start really trying to go and network, the sisterhood, like network more. I feel like you should be putting yourself out there more, and developing these relationships, and I feel like there's this idea of it that feels kind of fake to you sometimes, but it's not. It isn't if you lead with it as your intentions. If your intentions are good, I feel like there's always that shadow part where you're like, am I being fake? Or they think, it's like, no, it's like you wouldn't do that. You worrying about that obviously is the awareness that if you were to do that, you would know, and I feel like just developing those connections, because through those connections, the Kevin Bacon thing they talk about, I'm how many degrees away from Kevin Bacon. Like, you might know somebody and talk to them, and then they know somebody, and then they talk to them, and then somehow it get back to you again, So I want, it's good to do that. And to be open, because with what you want, because if you're like, somebody's like asking you about your job or about what you want to do, if you're not open about it, like, and say, well, I really would like to do this, well, maybe then they, you know, down the pipeline, something will come, right? Yeah, I said things clearly, so that they know what you really want. Yeah. And I feel like that is the way with this, the way our reality is. Like, anything is possible. Like, so don't hold yourself limited. Don't limit yourself. And think that you should wait because of something else. You had a conversation. Okay. Okay. Well, they're reiterating that, you know, there was, I've said this in a different live, but there is, it made me, when you said you had a conversation with somebody about it, it's like, when you think about something, it's harder to like wrap your head around it and actually like conceptualize and to figure things out. It's like when we have conversations with people, that's when we're able to like, analyze and critique, because it's not because of, it's part of because the other person's saying something back to you and giving you a different side, but also it's because of the interaction too. It was some lady talking about on the interwebs, but it's putting that out and talking to people about stuff really does help you to figure out your own like things that you've been wondering about. Yeah, having a light bulb. Yeah. So otherwise just sitting with it. That's why journaling is good too, you know, about speaking about, okay, yeah, and speak clearly about it. And yeah, and there's this is an invitation to do it. So yes, and make sure that you are clear about what you want. I think that's really key, because, and don't limit yourself. Anything's possible. I mean, like, you don't, there's that part of us that wants to be humble and think people just come and realize we're awesome, and but really you have to put yourself out there, you know, like people, as much as we would love people to think about us, most people are just thinking about themselves. So you really have to put yourself out there and show that you want it, and not feel it's okay to like you know, shine and do that. So yeah, I'm glad. They're really like yeah, your big dream, yeah, is right. See that door? Your big dream's behind that door. So, and I think that's exactly what they're saying. You just got to open it, and that's all. It's yours. So yeah, do it. They're very much telling you to, you know. So, and they're, you know, with the friend that you talked to, good. They're reiterating what, you know, what you felt, that inspiration that you had. So good. Well, let us know, JD. It's exciting. You know, but it's those people in those higher end jobs. They want somebody to be like, not like you have to. I think it's us empaths, and people are like, well, they'll figure out. Somebody will come up to me and tell me I'm doing a great job, and they'll be like, we want you. No, these people are, half the time they don't do that. They don't even do stuff like that anymore, right? And you think they should, and realize what they have, but it's like you have to, you know, grab that star yourself. You're welcome, JD. Thank you for coming. Okay. All the elements, are you here yet, hon? I don't know if my YouTube is. I think it is. Okay. Aw, thanks, JD. Love having you. Thanks for coming. I think all the elements. If you're here, hon, I can give you a reading. Okay, and I think, I don't know if that when that was said, but if anybody wants to be read on anywhere, let me know. Sure. Oh, thanks, Sophie. Just seeing if all the elements is here. Otherwise, I don't think they are. It's like I got like my thing froze here for a second. Okay. I think I fixed, I don't want to say this, but I think I fixed the internet problem, but we'll see. We'll see. I was able to stream yesterday for a bit. I do games, like horror games, so this is totally different from this. But so I have a, but I do well, not just horror games, but video games, and I was able to do a stream for like 2 hours, so that worked out well. But we'll see. So I think I got it fixed. All right, well, Sophie, if you're the only one left, we can give you another one. Otherwise, I'll call it a night. Because Sundays are just a little bit less, right? Hectic. Okay. Sure. Yeah, until Spirits plays with it. I know, that's what happens. All of a sudden, like, sometimes my camera will go die or something happens like that, right? All right. No problem. Okay, let's see. Fairy tale heroine. Let's see. Oh, what do we want? Oh, it must have stopped raining. My cat all of a sudden like showed up. Didn't know he was under here. Edgar, has it stopped raining? He hates rain. Poor Edgar. Okay, we're into the mermaids. All about flow through the water and stuff. And then I'll do a collective unless somebody else comes in, and then we'll after Sophie's reading, and then we'll close down. Okay, it's a general for Sophie. Ooh, this is an interesting one for you, Sophie. They're like making love erotica. So I think it's more of like just feeling your own female sensuality, and it's, well, the epitome of earth, right? That we can, feel that it's feeling a connection with somebody that is so deep than you do with anybody else, right? Just, I feel like it's just getting back into connecting in that way with, it's not like you have to like go right out, but I think it's more of just like going into that love relationship. Yeah, Queen Sophie. Yeah. Okay, well, it had that, and that's like, I think it's just like feeling, it had that, and it says time out too, and it says, so what they're saying is awareness, contemplation, solitude, time alone. I think it's just feeling more of that, of your own female sexuality and feeling that, confident in yourself to put yourself out there and do that. Okay. Yeah. And knowing that it wasn't you that soul connect, that even though it was so soul connected and things didn't occur as you thought it would. I feel like it's more of, it wasn't you, knowing that it wasn't you because of you, okay. You're thinking of him between, yeah, it's not because of you that happened. It's more of just, so it's bringing out that confidence again and understanding that, you can feel that again, Oh, you felt a past life connection. Yeah. Yeah. It just felt comfortable around him. And yeah, I feel like you can feel that again with another person. Yeah. Future fortune. Okay. So it's like they're saying now this is in the future. Yeah. You're going to feel it again in the future. It's part of your path and how things are going. It's like, you've had a lot of this, root chakra stuff happening with your stepmom and your mom, your mom and dad, not being able to meet them. And I feel like it's more now leaping over that and because it's kind of leveling out. What are you doing, Edgar? My cat's going to try to climb over all my stuff. You can, start feeling, feel that love that you deserve from, another, and that, because you deserve to bring out that love to another person, and you should deserve to be loved in return. So no, I think if anything, if that person, they had their own issues of not being able to be vulnerable enough themselves. So it's not anything you did. It was them feeling that for themselves. It's, if anything, I feel like they want you to be true to yourself and not worry about holding yourself back for others, because I feel like there is a doing of that. In the past, and you're trying to get over that. So don't do that in a relationship, so. Yeah, see, and then that's the thing, is the unseen. Too much is hidden from you, which I believe is what they're saying is for you to really understand why that happened, so much is hidden from your own perception of, because it's all within themselves. It doesn't have anything to do with what you did. So it's all unseen in that aspect. So, yeah, you just learn to put up more boundaries and allow people to, understand that, well, and allow yourself to know that your value isn't in doing for others. It's your value is just being you. So, and you can do things for people, but never feel like you have to make them love you or value you. You're welcome, Sophie. So we'll do one more reading for the group, and we'll do it with healing spirits, and it's just more of a collective reading, and then we'll close down. And I have a closing thing that I wrote. Thank you for coming, Sophie. I hope that helped. But that's exciting. Exciting stuff. Okay. And here we go. Oh, yeah. This is great. So this is for the collective. Listen to the voice within when it persists. This is a double meaning. The meaning here is, well, when it persists, sometimes it's from spirit, but sometimes you got to listen to it and understand when it persists, it could be also you holding on to something that, doesn't fit you. So I think it depends on the person, this card. Sometimes it is spirit, because it's like you know, all of a sudden it'll come and you'll be doing something else, and then this little voice comes in and says, maybe you should be doing this, you know? Or you have this feeling of drive to do a certain thing. But sometimes when it persists, it can be anxiety. So it can be just you keeping your mind on something too much. So listen to that voice and understand why you're listening to it when it persists. Because the persisting voice could just be you having a fear of something else, and it's not really what it is. But mostly I feel like most of the collective is just listen to spirit. You know, spirit's gonna come back and say the same thing and say, for instance, like for me doing this, it was a very persistent voice and a very persistent voice to say, Angie, come on, you know, you go do it. It's okay. Keep on, go live, go do this, do that. And it's like, you know, it took a couple of years, and then I'm like, fine, okay. You know, like really it's okay to put yourself out there. You're not going to get killed, you know, like, meaning like, you know, crucified on the cross. It's okay. You just keep on, you put yourself out there. And I feel like it's like knowing that drive, that fire that is burning in you that keeps us on persisting. Listen to it, you know? It's a good thing. All right. So what did you say, Sophie? My mom's birthday is same as foster mom's. Wow. Same as subsequent. Wow. I can't say. Synchronicities. Yep. You're welcome. Yes, you'll be your best mermaid self. Okay. That's awesome, Sophie. All right. Thank you for wandering with me tonight, and everyone. Sophie, everyone, JD, and Julia, Yvonne, and everyone. I can't remember everybody. But shadow work isn't about digging through darkness. It's about offering light to the places that were waiting for it. If you received a message, let it settle. If you didn't trust that spirit, still touched something quiet inside you. Most of the time, they do give messages to other people that will resonate to other people that are just listening. So, and your loved ones will walk with you. Still, your healing is unfolding in ways you may not yet see, and you are more held than you know. May your evening be gentle. May your step be soft, and may tomorrow meet you with a little more ease. And wander gently. I'll see you guys soon. So Tuesday, I think, still going to be live, but it might, depending, we have people doing stuff in the house. I have tile being like laid. So I assume they'll be done by my normal 5 o'clock p.m. Eastern, 10 o'clock p.m. United Kingdom time that I usually have on Tuesday. But if not, then I'll write on Facebook or TikTok. I'll write a little thing letting you know. But I'm going to try to be on time. Today I was not. I'm sorry. But I'm going to try to be on time at 5 o'clock. That's my working goal. Because now all my internet's working. So, all right. Well, wander soon, guys. Thank you for coming and wandering with me today. And I'll see you soon. All right. Thanks a lot. I'm going to do this.